Okay, so I get up in the morning, I get over my ex-girlfriend, I get in the taxi, I get around a problem, I get even with my enemy, and I get away on vacation for a few days. What? Hello, and today on Fluentry we're going to look at phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are very interesting, very useful, and very difficult for students. To sum it up, a phrasal verb is a verb plus an adverb or preposition which changes the original meaning of the verb. This is good because you have lots of variety and you can mix up the things you're saying. However, it's difficult because it completely changes the meaning of the verb, and therefore you have to learn a new meaning each time. They are also used constantly by natives, and we don't realize we're doing it. There are lots and lots of them to study, so today I am going to explain what a phrasal verb is so that you can detect it or recognize one, and then talk about different methods of how you can study them and learn them. Generally, there are three types. The first type is the verb and the adverb. For example, the light went off, so the room was dark. Or the car broke down, so the car wasn't working. So went, when placed with the adverb, off, changes so it no longer means to go, but in this case, to turn off. The second category is verb plus adverb plus object. For example, he turned off the TV, or he turned off the television. Turned on its own is to turn, but turn off is when we switch off an electrical device. Also, he built up his experience. Build means to construct, however, built up is to gather or accumulate. And finally, we can also have a verb, adverb, preposition, and object. I get on with my friends. Or are you looking forward to your trip? So get is to obtain, get on is to enter a vehicle, like a bus, you get on a bus, but get on with is to have a good relationship. So you can see how much they change. Looking forward to is to be excited. For example, the child is looking forward to Christmas. Okay, so how to learn them? Normally we would think, okay, it's just memorization, so you need to study get up, get over, get in, get under, get down, etc. But that can be very boring and also very confusing because you're using the word get and many different prepositions and you change the meaning completely. So one thing I like is you can use topics. So for example, you can say, okay, getting ready for work. So you can say, okay, in the morning I need to get up and then I need to put on my clothes and then I need to get on the bus, etc. When you have some context, it can help you remember and also help you group them together. The second thing is that you need lots of examples. It's simply not good enough and not useful to translate from your language to English. And I'll tell you why. Because most of the time, for example, in Google Translate, it won't detect the context and you'll end up with a bad translation and you'll learn the incorrect thing. So it's important that when you see a phrasal verb, you have to have 2 or 3 examples to understand what it means and how it's used. Another option is with stories. So stories are good because they can make it a bit easier to remember and make it fun. So for example, I got up this morning, but it was really hard to get out of bed because I'm still getting over my ex-girlfriend, but I decided to get into the shower to wash myself and freshen up. Here, if you have the story in your mind, it means you have context and it may help you to remember them. Phrasal verbs are also very widely used in music and films, so you can type in things like learn phrasal verbs with Taylor Swift or Ed Sheeran on YouTube, and you will find examples of the phrasal verbs they have used in their songs. I have a video here on YouTube, Learn English with Disney, Top 5 Frozen Phrasal Verbs. Let's see.
Elsa! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Anna, go back to...
There we go. So wake up, wake up. So there are hundreds and thousands of videos on YouTube, example websites where you can find phrasal verbs in context with music and films. Finally, you must use them. You need to learn phrasal verbs and practice them. Speak with a teacher, speak with a native speaker, and ask, am I using this correctly? And try to use phrasal verbs as an alternative for something else. For example, instead of saying, I am recovering from an illness, say, I am getting over a bad cold, or I'm getting over my illness. Finished. Phrasal verbs are very useful. I understand that they can be very difficult and very annoying, but you can never learn less. Just go at your own speed, learn a little every day, and eventually you will have a huge amount of phrasal verbs that you can use effortlessly. So thank you very much for watching the videos. You can find more things on fluentry.com, and you can subscribe for more videos. Thanks. Bye.